All right. Hi, everyone. It is Sunday, February 23rd, 2025, and we are here at the Icehouse for the Icehouse Punk and DIY Open House paired with the Lehigh Valley Artist Meetup. Ooh. And Liz and Ben are here, too.
Hello.
Hi.
So, yeah, today will be fun. I think we're going to have the opportunity to do like a backstage episode with some of the artists coming in to check out the event. So, should be a good mix of folks.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Backstage.
Yeah, this is our second Icehouse Punk DIY Open House Backstage episode.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Second
Yeah, it's a
annual.
Second,
time.
yeah, now it's annual because this is the second one.
Hello, my name is Tori Schultz. I am on Instagram at T Schultz Art. I'm an artist from Emmaus, Pennsylvania, and I'm happy to be here today.
Awesome.
And I'm Billy Thompson. You can find me under your local bridge, probably smuggling raisins. No, I'm just kidding. I'm on Instagram at creative_commissions_LLC. Yes, I'm a business. I'm from Easton, Pennsylvania, currently residing in Allentown, so Lehigh Valley native. What kind of art do I do? I am a what I like to call a sculptural painter. I do sculptures on top of canvas. Very visceral, I'd like to think. Very gross. It's to try to explore anxieties to do with the world that we are slowly filling up with garbage. So just put it on a canvas instead, right? So a turtle doesn't die. And how am I enjoying today's event? Well, today's event is going fantabulous. I've never been interviewed before. I feel so honored.
Tori, tell me about yourself.
I am a mixed media and acrylic artist. I've been really exploring my art this past couple of years since I had my second child. I'm a stay-at-home mom to two crazy little boys. They drive me insane. And I'm just like reaching out into the art community, and I'm involved with a couple of shows this year. And Billy and I have an art group named LARC, the Lehigh Artist Resource and Community.
Indeed.
Yes, and we're planning on doing some artist meetups this next year.
Painters picnics.
Yeah, we call them painters picnics. We meet in a local park and we sit for a few hours and we paint together and talk about events going on in art in the community. And we have an art show coming up in April. Billy can tell you about it.
I indeed can tell you about it. It's called Pathways of Color at the Nabzer Center for the Arts. So
Awesome.
if you've never been, you should go. And it's going down. Well, let me check my Google Calendar, because without that I am lost. Simply, our painters picnics happen monthly during the warmer weather, rain or shine, and it's the first Sunday of every month starting in March.
Awesome.
If you're interested in getting a hold of those of the graphics to see where it's going to be, because we don't like to throw that out in the ether because there are crazies, me included.
They'll be on our Instagram.
They will be on our Instagram, which is
Our T Schultz Art. And Billy, what's yours?
yeah. What's my Instagram, Tori?
I don't know your Instagram.
Tori doesn't know my Instagram. I thought you loved me.
Oh, man.
April. Okay, let's see. I actually don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it's April 5th at the Nazareth Center of the Arts.
April 5th at Nazareth Center. I was getting to it. April 5th. I believe you can show up there at around 5, and there will be live performances by Reclaimed Performing Arts Company, Prismatic Players, me included, singing. If you think my voice is good now, wait till you hear it singing.
And there's another artist too. Her name is Emma Stroll. And she will be featured as well. The three of us will be there celebrating art, and our colorful pieces will be featured.
That's awesome. Tori, how do you find out about today's event?
I saw the event on Instagram and was really excited for an artist meetup where I could meet other artists and see what's going on in the community and talk to other people about their passion and, maybe get some more inspiration for mine.
Awesome. Well, thank you both for coming on today.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us. I love hearing myself speak.
So yeah, my name's Tom Janis, and I play in a couple bands. One is called Fictional Name, another one's called Raid, and then I'm also one of the committee members here for the Icehouse Punk and DIY, helping put on the shows here and in today's networking event.
That's awesome. Where can people follow you on Instagram?
So I have a personal Instagram account. It's TAMCANES.
Awesome. If you guys want to catch up with Fictional Name as well, we've had them on once for their most recent EP, and then we also had Doug Boehm on and Josh Burke on previously as well.
Yep.
So you can go check out those episodes too. But tell me, so where are you from, and what kind of art do you like to do?
So originally I'm from Canada, but I've lived in Pennsylvania most of my life. So right now I'm in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And the art that I do is mostly music. I play guitar in Fictional Name and Raid, and for me it's a nice therapeutic release of creativity and also community. And then putting on the shows here at Icehouse especially kind of builds on the community atmosphere, and it's been really nice to see a lot of folks come together. And a lot of folks that didn't know this place existed before are now coming more regularly to a lot of our shows. No matter who's playing, they're just like coming because they are excited to see live music and also excited to support local musicians and DIY musicians and folks that maybe are not playing out at all the bars and restaurants in the area, but are doing something really creative and different and unique, and they're having a spot here and given that platform, which has been really, really special.
That's awesome. And Fictional Name, correct me if I'm wrong, just recently came out with a new album.
So we just did our album release show at the Icehouse in January, which was a lot of fun, and we played with Party Nerves from Philly and also another local band named Spoing. So that was a good show. That was our first show that we did as the Icehouse Punk and DIY Collective for this year. And then we have our February show we just did most recently. That was our highest attended show ever. We had over, awesome. I think, close to 100 people, which is, really, really excited to see.
Yeah.
Such a good turnout. We had a lot of younger punk bands come out, Lead Pedal, Azuka, and blanking on the third. Burn It Dawn, which was the headlining group. And then our next Punk and DIY show is coming up March 6th, and that's going to include, we're from Antarctica, and it's going to have D106, I believe, a Lehigh University band. And then we're going to have a band from New Jersey coming out from a surf band that plays like a punk surf band, that, and they're called the Draculas.
Very cool.
They play Music Fest over the summer, so they're really good. I got the chance to see them there. And then Raid's got a bunch of shows coming up. I don't know if this is going to be out by next week, but we have a show next week.
Awesome.
Friday, February 28th with Purple Lung and Quiet Coup and Ghost Moons. So lots of music stuff happening.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What excites you about events like these here at the Icehouse?
Yeah, for me, as I mentioned, I think it's the community building atmosphere. That's everyone coming together. I think that's exciting. I think it's good. I, went to high school in the area and played in bands around that time, and it was, something I think, when you're younger, you take for granted, and then as you get a little older, finding community and people that you connect with, over the years, it's like an ebb and flow, and it's kind of like that with the community here in general, but right now it's like a really nice time where a lot of folks are coming together, sharing ideas, especially at the networking event that we're doing today, and just seeing a lot of people connecting for the first time or reconnecting again. And it's cool that we're bringing in like a lot more artists too, because I think there's a really vibrant artist community that's also has always been active in the Lehigh Valley. So it's really cool to see some cross-pollination with artists and musicians that are coming together. So that excites me, and it's exciting that there's just a place that's doing this type of stuff. It's all ages, so anyone can come and not have to worry about being a certain, age to get into the door and anything like that. And the cost to get in for most of our shows is $10, which is really reasonable. So it's not really super cost prohibitive for someone to come out on a Friday or Saturday night or Thursday night, whatever day we get to do our shows. So that's exciting for me to kind of see that it's accessible for different people, and Yeah, and we're really trying to also focus on really trying to hone in on some of the diverse aspects of our community, making sure that we can try to get some female-fronted bands on every show if we can, or bands from diverse backgrounds when we can, just to kind of highlight and encourage a lot more diversity in the punk and DIY scene here in the Lehigh Valley.
That's awesome. Tom, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, of course.
Doug, welcome back.
Oh, welcome back, because I've already been here. Oh my God, I'm so excited to be back. This is the best day of my life.
We are sitting here with Doug, aka Lava Lamp Bebop. And Doug has been doing a lot of sticker stuff recently.
Yeah, I've gotten really interested in street art because over time I feel like the internet is like everyone's go-to way to market themselves, to show themselves on social media. And social media is such a hassle of doing a song and dance, making a video, doing that. And sometimes you get attention, sometimes you don't. And it's irritating when you don't get the attention that you feel like you put in all the work. So street art is a way to just get your art right in front of people. It is a little tricky because it's ephemeral, so if you put something up, it's not going to last. I mean, everything's ephemeral to some degree, but definitely less with street art. So I love that I can just put it somewhere, and then I started putting up stickers, and people I know would find them and send pictures to me, and that would always make me happy. So I'm just trying to do more things to put art in public and not make people look at boring ads and instead get to look at cool art and stuff like that.
Yeah. And you've been involved and attending a number of these artist meetups for a while now.
Yes, it is part of my probation. I have to come to a certain amount of art meetups, or I could go back to art jail. So, yeah, I mean, I have been enjoying it. It's helped in my rehabilitation process, but we're all enjoying making art together.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, most recently there was an event over at Home Base, which was all sticker based, and I believe you were part of the group that helped organize that.
Sort of. I would say I was involved in that. I was asked to be there, and I was there, and I brought supplies, which was helpful. But it's not like I really put together much other than that, but I certainly always appreciate being included, and I love when people get together, and specifically with stickers, I think it's one of the most accessible art forms. I know sticker artists who draw the most incredible artwork. They spend 2 hours on a sticker or whatever, and you're like, wow, that's so incredible, and you're just putting that out in the public. And then I see people who draw like a little squiggle, and that's their whole thing. And as long as you're committed to it and consistent, you're just as accepted. So it's not about your skill or your talent. It's just that you want to do it, and that you try to be included, you'll be included. And I love that.
That's awesome. What's one thing that you've learned so far from attending and partaking in these artist meetups? I learned
at this last event that the USPS mailer labels that you can order with your tax money for free, they're called 228s because that's their like label number or whatever. I know they get different, like every few months they release new ones with different paper, but I didn't realize like I had some and Brandon had some, and his were like a totally different material, and the markers felt kind of weird on his. So I guess I learned that there's different 228s they're putting out. So that's always interesting that there's different materials for those things. And if the US government is listening, I don't use those for stickers. I only use them to priority mail things.
Oh man. Doug, you got anything fun coming up in the next few months?
Yeah, I do. Well, something that just happened that I would like to say is that I did just work with Josh at the Bethlehem Library, and I made a bookmark design for them. And so that bookmark is available. You can go get it, and it is free. I told someone that they should go and take all of them, and then Josh said, don't do that. So don't take all of them. You can take like all but one, I guess, leave one. He'll probably say not to say that either, but I can't be contained by words sometimes. Other than that, I'm making a design for this. What is it called? There's like a music event in March called 610 Fest. I'm going to make a sticker design for them, and I'll be vending. And then I'll be here at the Icehouse again, April 19th is a Saturday for their punk rock flea market. No, wait, maybe it's a Sunday. It's April 19th, though. It's that day. And then after that, I'll probably do a lot of stuff in the summer, but I haven't signed up for much. I literally just signed up for Art in the Park because someone told me that it's open, so I did that. So lots of fun stuff coming up, hopefully.
That's awesome. And Doug, just one more time for people, where can they find you on Instagram?
They can find me at Lava Lamp Bebop, aka Doug T. That is me. Thank you so much to my kind friends here at the Lehigh Valley Arts Podcast. They are the best. You should definitely listen to them. If you're listening to this right now, you are listening to them. So just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job.
Awesome. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks so much, Ben.
So I am Jordan, and I play in a band called Just, and that's kind of my main kind of art output, I guess.
I'm Kayla, and I'm in a band called Spoing, and I also make and sell jewelry.
That's awesome. And where can people follow both of you guys on Instagram or your bands?
Yeah, so my personal Instagram is JordanShame16, and my band is the band Just.
My personal Instagram is SickGator, and my band Instagram is Spoing Band.
Awesome. Where are you guys from? And within the bands, what do you guys each do?
Yeah, so I'm from Bethlehem. I've been living here since I was 2. My family moved here. So it's kind of all I've really known, I guess. But yeah, I love Lehigh Valley. I love living here. Such a great art community, such a great music space. And in the band, I play bass and I do backup vocals. I also do a lot of the writing and producing and mixing as well.
That's awesome.
And in Spoing, I'm the vocalist.
That's fun. Do you do any songwriting as well?
Yeah, we're actually getting ready to do like our first set of songwriting together because they existed before me.
Yeah.
So we've been performing that stuff. Shout out to Ben for that. Thanks. But yeah, now we're kind of hunkering down, and I'm really excited to like start getting involved in that process.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What has the experience been like for you joining a band that has pre-existed, especially in such a leading role?
It's super cool. I mean, they're great guys, Pat, Ed, Blue. They're just like, they're super like open and welcoming right from the get-go. And they're all so creative and have their own like role they play in the band.
Yeah.
So it's just a great dynamic, and you know, I grew up with I have 4 brothers, so it's very similar to just like going and hanging out with brothers, making
That's awesome.
fun stuff.
What do you guys think about networking, art, and music events here in the Lehigh Valley?
I think they're really important. I think that the more that we can talk to each other, share what we're doing, what we're working on, the more we can kind of help each other, uplift each other. It's really necessary, especially in times like now, I think.
Yeah, I mean, exactly what he said. These sort of events are really special, especially in a time of like social media.
Yeah.
People don't feel as much of like a sense of urgency or just like a reason to go and talk to people, but it's so different, and that's how you can like really get to know and really make connections.
Yeah.
Because it's very different when you're face to face and like showing that you came here and you care about what people are doing versus just being like, hey, I saw that thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's great. These things are really important, and I think they are what keep the art world moving.
What do Spoing and Just have coming up?
So Just is taking a little break from playing shows in the Valley. We're doing some writing. We want to get some new songs out. Definitely a record out, hopefully by the summer. But we'll hopefully get back to playing shows soon, and information about that will be on our Instagram and everything. So.
Awesome.
Yeah, and like I said, we're doing a lot of writing right now. We do have some shows coming up. March 7th, we have one with Airspace. And then the 14th, we have one with Food Truck, Rubik's Cube, and Lead Pedal. I think we're locked in for that one. But yeah, so we've got a few shows coming up, and follow us on Instagram. Find out more.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for both coming on.
Thank you.
Awesome.
My name is Philip Reese. I'm the host of Your Next Favorite Band. It's a weekly podcast live stream that basically is about music discovery. The goal is to try and find excellent music that is most likely someone you've never heard of before. Predominantly, it's every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. It goes streaming to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Then the audio gets released as a podcast, so you can kind of find it however you'd like to consume the music.
That's awesome. Yeah, we have recommended your show many, many times to our listeners.
Well, I appreciate that. I recommend your show as well.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we love having musicians on, but
Yeah.
I feel like every time we're talking about having a musician on, they're like, oh yeah, we just did that, or oh yeah, we're going on there next week. And it's awesome.
That's cool.
I love it.
Yeah, what I love about it is a way to kind of spotlight our special music scene here in the Lehigh Valley.
Yeah.
But because of just simply the venues we have nearby, and also something like Music Fest,
Yeah.
we bring in people from across the country.
Oh, yeah.
And so even internationally, actually, we just had somebody on from Scotland, which was really neat.
Oh, that's awesome.
But the nice part is to mix it up. You're able to kind of bring maybe our music to someone to another market, that in a way that maybe they otherwise never would have heard it before.
Yeah.
Because we always say we're genre defiant. We only bring on the excellent genre.
Yeah.
So we're always just trying to bring on people who make great music.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So what brought you to today's event?
So I was lucky enough to be able to get to set up a table to talk about the show. And then we also have 3 times a year, we put on some live in-person opportunities to meet and hear from your next favorite band. So basically we will book people who we've had on the show, but we also do it centered around a theme. We always do these in-person events where it'll be obviously your chance to meet new music, but also kind of learn about a topic. And so the February event that we do is called Listen to the Dissonance. And it's songs and conversations around mental health. Many of the guests on the show over the last year or so have just become a lot more comfortable sharing the vulnerable part of struggle, whether it's depression or anxiety or substance abuse or whatever. There were more people getting comfortable with sharing that part of their story.
Yeah.
And I always applauded them for it. And I was also hearing a lot from the audience how much they liked it, because they were able to really identify with those things and maybe feel a little bit less alone.
Yeah.
And all of that kind of culminated at a moment where I realized, well, why don't we just do a show about that in person, safe space? These musicians who are comfortable and brave enough to step forward and share their struggle and then play the music that came from it. Now you have a whole room of audience that can identify with that, to kind of, again, the whole point of this is to not necessarily feel like we're solving anything.
Yeah.
It's just a moment in time where we can create this safe space where somebody can listen to a story and hear a song that lets them know that person understands what I struggle with.
Yeah.
And then they feel a little bit less alone and they have a song they can turn to in a dark time. That being said, we do have 8 organizations that will have tables at the event that provide mental health services. So should that moment also, for any one person, realize they need to ask for help, and that might be the moment where they're saying, all right, I'm tired of this and I want to take that step towards whatever, therapy, guidance, just group counseling, whatever. There'll be organizations to share what's available to them. So it can be maybe a little discreet, maybe a little bit anonymous. And so maybe if that's what it would take to help somebody feel comfortable to take that step, everybody should know that that's okay and it's important.
Yeah.
You don't want to wait for the crisis to be the time that you reach out. You want to catch it beforehand. So that's there. Obviously not anything to be think is mandatory. It's just simply there.
Yeah.
And if you're not the person struggling, but you're in a relationship with someone who is, or it's your child, or just someone you care about, you'd be able to pick up some information and maybe share with that person and say, hey, I think you should check this out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And one more time for the audience, that is this coming Friday?
Correct, yes. Friday, February 28th, here at the Icehouse, where we are tonight, in this same space, this wonderful, wonderful space. We get to set up a very nice little stage for that event. You can go to nextfaveband.com to learn more about that, or you can, on all of social media that we have out there, it's at nextfaveband. Awesome. And with that, you would be able to find more details. Tickets are $10, which we try to keep nice and low to avoid any barrier for somebody who wants to be here. Yeah. But we also know times are difficult for some people, particularly if you happen to be struggling with any other medical issues. So should that be, you want to be here, but that's a barrier to getting you here, just reach out and we'll make sure we get you in the room, because it's more important that you get to enjoy this experience. Enjoy is probably not the right word, experience it. But anyway, point is, don't let the cost prohibit you from reaching out. We'll make sure you get here.
Awesome. Phil, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
My name is Sarah Carlson. I am the founder and artistic director of Dance Link. It is a modern dance company, based here in the Lehigh Valley. You can find me at SC Dance Link on Instagram, and my website is www.scdancelink.org.
That's awesome. What inspired you to start a modern dance company?
Well, I have been dancing since I was 7 years old, and started with ballet, and at a certain point switched to modern. And movement is my language. Movement is a way through which I make sense of the world. Dance Link tries to help explore some of the big questions, often spiritual in nature. Currently, I'm working on an evening-length program called The Art of Is, Dancing with Aging and Wisdom. And this is a evening of dance that's really going to look at, how do we make the most of every moment, but also looking at our culture's lens on the elderly versus elders, and, what happens over time with our bodies breaking down, versus the mental clarity, perspective, and wisdom that we gain with time.
That's awesome. I know all dance companies have different philosophies on what you're looking to get from dance. If you could summarize what your philosophy is behind the company and what you hope your students take away, what would that be?
Sure. Well, Dance Link is striving to create community, to connect people through the mode and medium and language of movement. We also interweave poetry and text. This upcoming performance will also have live music. And it's just inviting people to be in touch with their bodies and allow the movement of our bodies to be a language that transcends words, that connects us on a level beyond the concrete logical mind and into a realm almost sacred or spiritual, if you will, we are, but ultimately 100% human.
That's awesome. Do you guys have any events coming up soon that you want to promote?
So yes, this event is at the Icehouse right here. It's May 30th and 31st. And as I mentioned, it's a program called The Art of Is, Dancing with Aging and Wisdom. And it is uniting artists from the DC area, right here in the Lehigh Valley, and also an artist coming in from Pittsburgh. We have some live music. We have a poet as well to help us unpack the idea of how to age well. I am a massage therapist as well as a dancer, and I'm now 53 myself. My friends and family are starting to experience the effects that come with midlife. And it's a topic that we don't chat about all that much, and yet it's real. It's not much more real than that.
Absolutely.
So it's just recognizing that every choice that we make along our lives influences how we age, and being mindful of that, and being willing to shift our mindset towards a sense of openness and wonder, even as we move into our later years.
That's awesome. And what are your thoughts on networking, art, and music events here in the Lehigh Valley?
Well, it has been a treat to be a part of this event here. I've loved meeting everyone from sculptor and plant dye developer to a band that raises money for not-for-profits, to a screenwriter who is helping people deal with mental illness. And, I just feel like we have so much to offer one another. We are all threads in the fabric of the arts community here in the Lehigh Valley, and I'm just so thrilled to be a part of that fabric.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
I'm John.
I'm Lauren.
We're in the band Concourse.
Awesome. Tell me a little bit more about your band.
We've been doing music for like 10 years, but the band has been together, I guess, in this version for about 4 years. Yeah.
We released an album in 2023.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess an EP in 2017. It's all on Spotify and stuff to listen to.
Or Apple Music or wherever you prefer.
That's great. And what are each of your roles in the band?
I sing, I play guitar, and I play a keyboard.
Awesome.
I just sing and play guitar. So.
Just singing guitar.
Yeah.
No, that's great. And
Triple threat.
Yeah, and then our bassist, Ray, I think he was at the last one of these events too. He couldn't make it today. And then we just have our drummer, Steve, too, who lives in Philly.
Awesome. That's great. And are you guys from the area?
We're from Percy.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, Bucks
Cool.
County.
Cool. Do you get a chance to come to the Lehigh Valley very often or play in the Lehigh Valley?
We're always, every summer, we're at Music Fest, just, enjoying all the live music and stuff.
I work in Allentown, but I also come here because I want to sometimes.
Awesome.
So,
Have you been to the Icehouse before?
yeah, we actually played last year. Yeah, we played, I think it was last May.
Yeah, we played here with Nadarian
Yeah.
and Sun God,
Yeah.
who's from Philadelphia.
Awesome. Yeah, I've seen them before. They're great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Their Sun God's drummer is our drummer too. So
Oh, okay. Awesome.
we mix and mingle.
That's
Yep.
great. Cool. And I'm curious, what's special about a venue like the Icehouse or like an area like this? Or
Well, first of all, the sound was awesome
Yeah.
when we played. I could hear myself singing. Sometimes I with feedback and monitors playing live. It's hard to get the balance and everything, but being here, I remember the sound itself was really, really awesome.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
the
it's-
decor, simple
yeah.
as that, just the way it's set up, and it's such a unique place. I think the Ice House was a place where they had ice and
Yeah,
distributed
processed it. Yeah.
And I
yeah.
like the oldness of it.
Yeah. I think too, just like the people we've run into kind of I don't know, just pointed us this direction as well. There's just a really, I don't know, there's a really good scene around here where people are trying to help each other out, it seems. So,
Yeah.
you meet one group of folks and they try to just point you in the right direction, and trying to play here again too, as soon as we can.
Speak it into existence. Yeah.
I really love coming to the Lehigh Valley and Bethlehem, just the art scene and creative scene, and the Ice House exists, and it's a place where people can be creative and have shows and meet people just like them, and
Yeah.
Awesome.
great to have a space just like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And what brought you up for today's event?
We missed the one last year, and then I don't know. We just saw. I guess you saw the thing online, and it was all right, yeah, let's make sure we swing by.
Yeah.
We've met Doug too a bunch of times. He's great. Trying to see if he can do some stickers for us or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It's cool. It's a great way to spend a Sunday, in my opinion.
For sure.
Yeah.
And do you guys have any shows coming up that you want to shout out?
Yeah, so we're playing in Doylestown at Mom's on April 3rd. We also just got accepted into Launch Fest in Lancaster. So we're actually doing that April 18th,
His birthday.
my birthday.
Ooh, birthday show.
Rules. And then we have a show in Glenside, PA, April 26th, too.
And a single coming out in April, so.
Yeah.
Well.
We think. Yeah.
Speak it into existence.
Yeah.
Good. Awesome.
Just wrapping up the video, but
Cool. Good. Well, thank you guys so much for hopping on.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
if people want to find your stuff, where can they find you?
Most of our updates and info is on Instagram. We are at concourse.pa, and we have our links to our music and
Awesome.
all that there.
Great. Perfect.
Yep.
Thank you guys.
yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, Loaf of Toast, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, we've I think we've all had quite a bit of changes since the last time that we talked, and I'm seeing somebody that I don't know. Who are you?
Hey, my name's Brent. I'm the new drummer for Loaf of Toast.
Awesome.
Hi, everybody.
And I think also since the last time that we talked, you guys have released an album.
Yeah. Yes. Yep. So last time we talked, I think we were like, it's coming out soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, now it came out in June, so it's only still been out for less than a year.
Yeah.
So it's pretty exciting. Just trying to pitch it and get it like in different places as much as we could.
Yeah, absolutely. And so who all is sitting in front of me right now?
I'm David Burkott, the bassist.
Obviously, Brent Anthony, the drummer.
I'm Addy. I do keys and samples and things like that.
That's awesome. What was the process like for finishing up that album and releasing it into the world?
So it was pretty interesting the way we wrote it, because a lot of parts just sort of came first, and we had a lot of it written like before we even had a vocalist, but we knew in the back of our heads we wanted vocals and we wanted that whole part to be a thing, but we just didn't have that person yet. Yeah. So now that guy is kind of walking around. I think he's making a mural or something in the corner. So I'm happy he's having a good time doing that, and we're happy to just be here talking about everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there were some arguments near the end about the mix and how it should be done.
Understandable.
Yes, so that was an interesting part of the process. Really, was just like, I guess when it comes to like sound engineering, there's a lot of like give and take. So when we laid stuff down, he kind of felt like he was like, oh, let me move this piece over here.
Yeah.
Let me move this, and let me mute this, and so we were just like, oh wow, he like had a whole creative sort of extra like take on everything. So that's tough, but like after it was all said and done though, everything came out like really perfect. I really liked everything that happened.
That's awesome. Very cool. What do you guys enjoy about art and music events, networking events, stuff like that going on here in the Lehigh Valley?
It's just a fun way to connect with other artists and see what people are really into, you know.
Just like making connections and such.
The collaboration's really fun. It's nice. I mean, even when it gets as simple as like, for me, sometimes I'm just standing and like I feel like almost just supervising them doing their thing.
Yeah.
They're all ripping. Like the four of them will just rip, and I just like to watch that happen. And then I'm like, oh, can't wait to do my part on top of that. But like sometimes it's just like chilling, and I like that part to it a lot.
That's awesome. What do you guys have coming up soon?
What was that?
What do you guys have coming up next? Soon.
Well, we're trying to get some shows. We recently submitted a NPR Tiny Desk video for the competition called Modern Love. It's one of our new songs that we've been working on. You can see it on our YouTube page.
Yeah, that's available now on YouTube. They do a competition every year. We didn't really know where you can kind of submit. You have to make sure you have like a desk in the video, and then you can submit like your live performance, and you're supposed to just rip it the way you would on a tiny desk. So we like broke our practice space down to almost like build it more to accommodate that.
Yeah.
It was a cool process.
It was a cool process. Yeah. Fun, like just taking things apart too. I was just like, oh, we gotta break it down and put it back together, kind of thing, and like levels and all of that. So that was really fun, and I think next year we have like a better idea of it. So
yeah,
I mean, we'll probably just keep doing it, and then hopefully one year we'll win, maybe.
But yeah, at this moment we're just focusing on getting shows for the year.
Yeah,
totally.
And we have a show in Philly
called Mini Fest coming up.
It's going in June
27th. Yeah, that's like the only one we really have like locked in right now, but we're really excited for that.
Very cool. Sweet. Well, thank you guys so much for sitting down and chatting with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you for having
us. My name is Eva. I'm a 9-year-old, and I like sometimes helping Dad with films, and I also enjoy drawing birds with sketches.
Very cool. Very cool. How would you describe your art?
I mean, usually it's just like sketches of birds. Sometimes I'll do freestyle. Sometimes I usually do black and white because I feel like when I add color, it doesn't look as good because I can't do the shading. And if I do color, I always do like colored pencils.
Okay, very cool. What do you like about black and white? What really sticks out
I
to
feel
you?
like it's easier to because you can actually see more depth and there's better way to like see shading and it's just sort of easier for me that way.
Very cool. You working on anything cool right now?
Wait, what?
Are you working on anything cool, drawing wise?
I mean, not drawing wise, but I am working on some sculptures with Dad. So, a little bit.
Very cool. What are the sculptures of?
I did a couple of really random things. I did a fake burrito out of white clay. I did a flower on a stand and a lot of other random ones.
Very cool. I think a little birdie told me that you also like to draw birds. Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah. What's your favorite kind of bird?
I'm not sure. I like chickadees a lot because
Yeah?
they're so cute and they always seem like, especially in the winter when they're all puffed up, they seem like they're just tiny puff balls. Really cute.
Very cool. Are you enjoying today's event?
Yeah. It's
Yeah. Awesome. Who is have you got to meet anybody fun here today?
Yeah, I think we met a friend of ours here, and there was also like the person sitting at the table we went to is really good at drawing like sloths and stuff. He seems fun, so yeah, we
awesome.
met a few fun people.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Yeah.
Michael, welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me. It's good to see you.
Good to see you as well. For our audience, what is your name and what do you do?
Yeah, so my name is Michael B. Judkins. I am a creator and a mental health therapist. I would say that my worlds always combine together. So one of the things I do is like to produce things that combine mental health and as well as creative arts.
Awesome. Since the last time that we talked, I know you've had a bunch of different events. You've been a part of different things.
Yeah.
And you have a new podcast coming out in the next few months.
Yeah. So a few things actually is probably kind because I think I probably overextended myself on a few on a few things, but yeah, you're absolutely right. My In-Depth Arts and Care podcast is launched in March of 2025 this year on a Monday. Very excited. This is a venture that is combining my two worlds of creative arts and mental health, but this is also a sister kind of project because it actually was born from my arts and care events that I do here yearly at the Icehouse.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to my third year this year of the Icehouse. I'm doing my arts and care event, and this year is going to be movement and recovery.
Okay.
So I'm getting the lineup and everything together. So it'll be really fun. So I'll be promoting that probably in end of March and April. So maybe I'll come back on the show around that time and talk about that a little bit. But then I just signed on as a co-producer for anti-bullying project. So I'm very excited about that. There's a couple of different producers on that project. And it's interesting because I'm from Allentown. One of the other producers is from Chicago.
Yeah.
And one of the other, I think he lives somewhere out in Georgia, right? If I'm not mistaken. I'm probably mistaken. But it's interesting to kind of get us together and kind of work on this anti-bullying project. So that's really cool. So a couple of things in the works and a couple of feature films I'm looking to produce this year. So
very cool.
Just hoping to have some more breath to do everything.
Yeah. Since the last time we chatted, how is the Broski project turning out?
Oh my gosh. So this is one of my passion projects I'm working on, and any independent creator or producer knows out there one of the most challenging thing about any project is funding.
Absolutely.
So there's always that aspect of it right now as we're in development with the production. We are still aiming for fall of 2025 to start filming. I have a production designer already on board, a wardrobe supervisor, and an art PA. So we're doing storyboarding. We're looking at different scenes right now. I'm actually going around town scouting locations. I'm getting people signed on, bringing more awareness to the project. It has such a high demand of people wanting to see it right now.
Yeah.
So right now it's really more the sense of, as a producer, I like that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So now it's just getting to that goal because we have such an interest on the back end.
Yeah.
So, everything is going as it is. We're just still out there hitting the pavements and working that project as best as possible. Like I worked with Steve on multiple projects, so when he came to me with me doing this film for him, I was excited to get on into another project in this capacity. So
makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, if people want to keep up with what you're doing, where can they find you?
Absolutely, I'm on socials, Facebook, Michael B. Judkins, or OCT 14 Entertainment, OC 14 Entertainment. You can check me out online as well too, octentertainment.com, and shoot me an email if you need to.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I'm Bella from Lead Pedal. We are based in Bethlehem, and if we had to describe like a genre, I would say alt rock, like a blend of like punk, rock, grunge, just like a alt metal vibe. We're very loud.
Very loud. I like that.
So yeah, that's my band. I'm in a band with Grace and Tata. Grace on bass, so that's easy to remember, and Tata on drums. And yeah, we've been together for almost a year as that lineup, so very excited.
How'd you guys meet and get started?
So we have a really cool story how we met. We actually met through Lehigh Valley Girls Rock. We signed up to do their band factory to raise money for their youth camp in the summer. So I signed up not knowing too much about guitar, just kind of wanting to be in a band because I've always wanted to do that. And that's how I met Grace. And then we ended up winning their one of their prizes at their showcase to record a single. So we did that with Shards Recording in Bethlehem, who's Matt is awesome. And then after we recorded, Grace was at one of our practices, and she was like, do you want to just stay together? Like, do you want to just keep this going? Because it's pretty good. And I was like, yeah.
That's so awesome.
So that's kind of our formation story. And then we found Tata randomly at a different show. But yeah.
Nice. Very cool. Do you have any events or shows coming up that you want to promote?
We do. We have March 8th at Union Vapors in Dixon City. So up in the NEPA area. They're lovely up there. They have a really good scene as well. And March 28th, we'll be playing 610 Fest in Allentown, so a local gig. So that's going to be really cool. That's like a huge lineup of bands too.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people that have been on today are like, oh, we're going to be at 610.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's a crazy lineup. It goes from like 6 to like late in the night.
Yeah.
So
I was like, maybe we'll have to get over there and like record a little bit. But yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And what brought you out to today's event, and how are you enjoying it?
Well, I decided to come out today because I went to the one last year when I was like kind of a newbie to the area, and it's been such a welcoming space, and there's just so many artists that come out to these, and they're very nice, and they help you network, and they help you like talk about things you're going through as a band, and like you're like, oh, there's other people experiencing these things. So it's nice to link up with artists and people that you can work with in the future. It's awesome. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, Bella. For
Yeah, thank
hopping
you.
on the mic.
Yeah, I do want to say one thing I forgot to mention.
Please, yes.
Is just this week we got our masters for our debut album. So be on the lookout for Glass Teeth. It's going to drop either end of March, early April. So we're very excited to have that out.
Yeah, and if people want to find your band, where is the best place to do that?
The best place to find us is Instagram. We're pretty active on there. It's just at Lead Pedal, LEADPET, the number 4 and L, because the A was taken. So that's where you can find us.
Perfect.
And yeah, we'll be around.
Awesome. Great. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.
So my name is Robert Becker, and I am an artist. I sing in a band called Foxtrot, and I also just finished recording my solo record, which will be called Book of Beart, BEART. So that's kind of what I'm doing.
Awesome. And what brought you out to the event today?
So I made some friends here last time I was here, just trying to meet people in the area. I've grown up in Lehigh Valley for my whole life, but my band plays in Philly a lot, and haven't played here enough, and I want to get more involved in the community and the area. So I always come to these events to see if there's new venues I don't know about, new people that are doing stuff, just to get more involved.
That's great. Tell our listeners a little bit more about your band. What kind of music do you guys play?
Yeah, so my band Foxtrot is kind of like progressive rock. Like, it's dancey, it's heavy, it's upbeat. Yeah, and it's kind of we do a lot of genre blending. So like we have R&B influences and pop influence and alternative influence. So it's kind of like a smorgasbord of things, but that's kind of what that project is. And then my solo project is just kind of like where I'm the main kind of songwriter. I do the guitar, the vocals, and the arrangement, and then I kind of expand and do any of the really obscure, weird stuff I can't do in my band, I'll do in my solo project. So.
Awesome. I hear that from a lot of people that like you have your band and then you have like your nonsense like that you can do kind of on your own. That's great.
It's fun.
Awesome. So if people want to find your music or find you online, learn more about you, where can they do that?
So for my band Foxtrot, it's on Spotify, it's on everything. It's spelled a little weird, so it's FAUXTROT. There's so many FOXTROT on Spotify, so we skipped the line. You can find us on all music platforms and social media. It's Foxtrot_band, and then for Instagram and things. And then for my solo stuff, it's book_of_BEART Bert.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having me. My name's Ben Lovell. I'm in a band called Monkey God. I like that reaction. I've got a good name. And I'm in a band and we're just starting off. You know, I just put out an EP in December of last year. And now we're out promoting it, playing shows, going out.
That's great. And of course I have to ask, where did the band name come from?
I was talking with my friend Troy, who is very into mythology, and both of us are very into anime and One Piece specifically. And the name Monkey God is based on the actual monkey god, because in a lot of Eastern cultures, there usually is a monkey god. I don't know all of it, but Sun Wukong from the Chinese fable Journey to the East, there's Sun Wukong's named Son Goku. That's where Goku comes from. It's this character of a monkey god, and I don't know, I just thought it sounded cool.
Yeah, I love that.
Finding a band name is very hard.
I'm sure.
Because everyone and their mother can just go online and claim one. It doesn't matter if they made one song 10 years ago.
And what kind of music do you guys make?
Well, I was very into the Beatles growing up. I mean, get in line, I know. And I also enjoyed a lot of 90s alternative growing up. But as I got older, I got into more softer stuff like Mac DeMarco. Got really into Steely Dan for a second there. And we make sort of singer-songwriter music. I mean, all the songs I write on my own in my room with the guitar, and then I just kind of bring it to the band, and then they do stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
That's great. Sounds very collaborative. Like you guys have a good working relationship.
Oh, absolutely.
That's awesome. So what brought you out to today's event?
Well, I'm just trying to meet people. We're just getting off the ground. This is like my first year of like trying to be active.
Great.
And get gigs. We just released the EP in December, and now it's time to promote it. Now it's time to come out and talk to people. I know some of the people here. I'm meeting others. You know, it's great. I know Bella from Lead Pedal over there, and I just met these two gentlemen that you were just talking to, and they have bands of their own, and it's cool to come out and be in the scene that I've been a part of for so long, and I love very much, but I've never really played. You know, I've always been a participant, and it's very nice to try and like actually play and be on the other side of that.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I love performing. You know, I love seeing people react to your music. It makes it real, because you can be playing music in your room alone all the time, and it kind of feels like it doesn't matter, because like I'll just write a song and I'll just forget it, you know. And it's nice to, when you actually show it to other people, when it actually has a purpose beyond just the creation of art, which is a fine purpose in itself, but playing out makes it real, and it makes you feel like you're doing something.
That's great. Well, thank you for sharing. And if people want to find your new EP or anything about your band, where can they do that?
They can do that on all streaming services. I just look up Monkey God. I am also on Instagram at Monkey God Music. I try to post there. I don't always do a great job of that, but trying to make content, trying to do what you're supposed to do.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, Elise.
Have a good one.
So my name's Dan Saldariaga. I live in Bethlehem. I was from East Stroudsburg, but me and my wife moved to the area in 2019, and so I do music. I'm in a band called Zero Mortals, but I just put out my first solo project song on my Instagram. It's at Dan Salda. I do a bunch of stuff. I don't like being held to genres, but I like trying experimenting and doing different stuff and just trying to get out into the area and meet different people and trying to make booking shows a lot easier for people.
Yeah, absolutely. What instruments do you play?
So I play guitar, I sing and I scream.
Okay.
And I also program, like I work in Ableton a lot and I do a lot of programming and stuff like that and mixing. So
That's awesome. And what brought you out to today's event?
So I came to the one last year. And I met one of the guys you interviewed earlier and formed a friendship. And I was just like, you know what? It's a great thing for people in the area to come meet each other and, just, I don't know, form local community.
Yeah, awesome. And do you have like a favorite venue or favorite spot in the Lehigh Valley to check out music?
Favorite venue?
I know that's a hard one.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I feel like it's if you want to say like a more local like type of venue,
sure.
I guess you could say I really like the Levitt Pavilion because I think it's really pretty to have the backdrop of the steel stacks.
Mm-hmm.
I also like the sound, like in the casino, like that venue is awesome because the sound is just really good quality.
Yeah. Awesome.
But there's a ton of places I'd love to play. I'd love to play like the Rose Garden in Bethlehem.
Yeah.
I'd love to play, I don't know, like Music Fest in front of the library. It's just stuff like that.
Awesome. Yeah, good. Well, thank you so much. And if people want to find more about you or about your music, where can they do that?
Yeah, absolutely. My Instagram at Dan Salda. You can check out my or my Spotify. I have an account now, so that feels weird to say, but yeah, my Spotify account is still not Dan, and you can check out my new single Switch.
Awesome.
And yeah.
Cool. Dan, thank you so much for joining
Absolutely.
us.
Thank you for doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Doug Royston. I'm with the Icehouse, and I'm with the Icehouse Performing Arts Collaborative. That's the 501c3 behind what's happening here today. And I generally am in charge of making this place work with a small committee of us. So that's
cool.
how it works. Yeah.
How long have you been with the Icehouse for?
Around 1996. A group of us, Touchstone Theater, P. White Pennsylvania Youth Theater, and Godfrey Daniels, and my organization, Mock Turtle Marionette Theater, had the fortunate to kind of take over the Icehouse as an art space, and Pennsylvania Youth Theater and I are still here.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. What brings your passion to continuing to stay with a project like this?
I've evolved into a kind of a cultural activist. I believe that you grow a real cultural place grows their own artists, and that when you do that, you have an authentic cultural place, rather than a bunch of people who come from Chicago and go home. And you also grow an authentic audience that's integrated into the whole process of what a great show is. And that's what we're trying to achieve, making an authentic cultural place here in Bethlehem. That's not to say that the commercial places and the popular culture places are not part of this scene. They certainly are, but this is a different side of the scene. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's such a perfect pairing for these art meetups and networking activities.
Yeah.
What would you say the role of art and music networking events to building an art community are?
It's what really counts in the end, and I am doing some writing on this, is that it's some place along the arts spectrum. You go beyond the arts and into the public sphere. And the public sphere is the place where people come together, meet diverse, different people, and actually form community. And the arts are not the end product. The arts take you there, take you to the public sphere. And, so for all the time I've spent in the arts, actually the work I'm doing culminates not in the arts so much as in what it means to bring people together. And if you look at the stats of how people are living their lives these days, and if you look at the politics of how they're voting and whatever, you know that there's a huge gap there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What are you excited about coming up here with the Icehouse?
The big thing that's happening, we are evolving the Icehouse. I like to talk about what's happening today. For instance, is okay. If you're in the real world, as I have done hundreds of times, thousands of times, you pull up to the venue. Somebody comes to the door, and they tell you exactly where to go, and you have 20 minutes to do it, and then you do a show. All right, in a true public place like this, here's the space. How do you want to use it? How do you want to invent the way you use this space? How do you want to collaborate here? How do you can have this for the whole day. Who do you want to join you here? This is community arts. That's an example of what's happening. And what's happening here today. This is networking. Is tremendous use of the space. We generally only have performing arts here, but we got all these people over here who are painting and drawing and doing all kinds of craftsy things, and that's fun. That's new.
Awesome. Well, Doug, thank you so much for coming on and sitting down with us.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you'd like to talk about before we wrap up?
Well, we started a new. We are starting the new business of having a podcast committee. Following the progress of the Icehouse, we really like to have you join in that progress. We have a major program here on April 19th where they're actually going to do rock and roll all over the Sand Island. And,
wow!
But we also have environmental groups here, and different ways that you can collaborate and make events. So it's cool. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep. Thanks.
Thank you.
Brandon, welcome back. Can you introduce yourself for those listening?
Hi. Yeah. Thanks for having me again. I'm Brandon Dominguez. I am a contemporary pop artist located in Allentown. So we are here again.
We are here.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was the fourth location for the new Lehigh Valley Artist Meetup group, yet to be named.
Yes. What we've been doing, this is the fourth time that we've hosted a Artist Meetup. We are currently at the Icehouse. Previously, we've had ones at the Lehigh University Art Gallery, the Alternative Gallery, Home Base in Bethlehem, and now here we are. Fourth fourth time doing this.
Yeah. Well, I want to say thank you. If anyone listening has been to any of the meetups, we've had a great turnout for a lot of them, and we're just so happy. People they want to get together and want to make art together. So it's really good. And our next one is coming up in March.
Yes, March 29th at Blake, Dick Blake, the art supply store in Allentown. It's going to be fun. Thank you to whoever's listening. If you've been part of the meetups, it's been so much fun. It's crazy that we've had different groups of people at every single one of them. Still dealing with the fact that sometimes there's 50 plus people in a room. So we're doing something good. Next one at Blake, we're going to have Emma, Ryan, and Rachel. They're going to help us to have a little hands-on experience for everyone to make their own scenes. And do you want to talk a little about what we're trying to do?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're all in a culture and a country and a political time period where it's just great to get together and make art together. We live in a really strong arts community here in the Lehigh Valley that's often geographically separated by cities. So we're really lucky to have the opportunity to pair up with all these arts organizations willing to host us. So if you work for an organization located in the Lehigh Valley and you'd like to host our artist meetup group, we'd be really happy to talk to you. But did I miss anything? Is there anything else? It's really it's a social group.
Yeah,
it's space for people
really
to get
cool
together.
Because, we also have a lot of different artists from different backgrounds, different mediums. And also the idea is, if you're an organization that would like to host us, that'd be awesome. Because the idea for this is to not only have a space for artists to hang out and get to meet each other, but to also have artists to go to these places that sometimes they've never been to and create opportunities and connections and, be together. Because, we all need that right now. With all the crazy stuff happening out there.
Absolutely.
Doing this feels good.
Yeah, and networking is such a scary word. I think this, everyone at the table's nodding. I think it makes this is a way for you to meet other artists and collaborate and have these conversations, hopefully in a comfortable, happy way that's not networking.
Yes. No, I don't like that network thing because we're not business, we're not brands, we're just people. If you want to come hang out at the next ones, if you would like to be an artist that want to participate at a little hands-on experience with us, reach out to Elise or reach out to me at brandondm.art. If you want to be part of this, we're going to have links for all of that. If you want to host us, and we're also looking for supplies because Elise and I are organizing this, the two of us. There's no organizations in between. We're doing these events free. So also if you want to provide supplies for our little workshops, hands-on experiences, please do.
Yeah, if you're cleaning out your art closet, please send it our way.
Yes. Spring cleaning's coming up. Yeah, let's go.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, we'll always share the meetups through the podcast account too. So if you're following us on Instagram, or you can follow Brandon. But thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.